Game Night just likes to overperform. He likes to be the overachiever.
Overachiever.
He just wants to make us all look bad. Unfortunately, he's really good at it, so...
Ah, thank you very much. I take that as a compliment.
You should.
Why is that, 3. Though? There we go. Alright. Welcome to Mordheim City of the Damned, the YouTube League. And hey, you guys, say hi to the stream.
Hello.
Hi, stream.
How's it going, guys?
Hello, beautiful people.
And yeah, we're about to round off round 3 with a lot of stats. I've been collecting everything, and we'll take a look at that as soon as possible. Let's just take a look at the stream content here. First of all, chitter chatter, as always. I think that's a big part of it. And then we'll go for the current standings, what stats we have, the overall round winner, and the season winner, because the season is ending. We'll have our thoughts on the league and its viability, and then we'll have the players' favorite moments. After that, we'll round off and talk about next season. And you can, of course, feel free to ask any questions during the stream, and we'll see if we can't answer them. All right. So, how are you guys?
Good.
That's
good.
good. Wonderful.
Doing well.
And well, we'll just I don't know if we should just head on into the stats, or if you guys want to say something. We've been playing Mordheim on the mobile phone.
I'm still playing.
And I was looking at you, Brascus, because
I'm almost done with this mission.
your face was still facing down.
Just one more.
Unfortunately,
it's like
I'm
Civ
not
5.
playing,
One more
but-
game. One more.
Just
game.
one more.
Yeah.
I just
It's
need
exactly that
one
bad. It
more.
really is.
Which is
Like,
cool.
you can finish a game in like 5 to 15 minutes at most, and so you just one more. If I get one more, I get a level. Then I get skills.
And you're ahead,
He's number 1.
quite ahead.
I am almost 300 points ahead on the leaderboard from
yeah.
second place. So there's a bit of a distance.
It's freaking awesome.
So Chris is asking about it. There's a development company called Legendary Games that is currently developing Android and iOS version of Mordheim in the theme of the tabletop. So it's more like the tabletop than it is like the Mordheim City of the Damned. And it is not I'd say open to everyone right now. It's kind of you can kind of petition to get in, and it's not even alpha. It's pre-alpha, like a development build. It's version 0.1.0. So we're not playing Mordheim City of the Damned on.
No, that would be insane.
It's its own thing that's currently in development, and I think they're targeting something like the end of this year or early next year to get that started or released.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool so far. Not a lot of different warbands. Well, just one.
There
mercenaries.
are 3 warbands, but they're all mercenaries.
Yeah. Well, one of them starts out with more gold, but that's basically it. So, but there's going to be a lot more coming later on. All right. Should we get into the stats? Because
Yes.
I think that makes most sense. And here we go. I've made a separate window for that, even.
I'm not excited to see my stats.
Oh, it's gonna be.
That was a rough
awesome.
season.
So,
Rough round.
round 3 has finished, and it was. Yeah, I want to just add to that, Lum, because the round 3 has been very, very tough, especially for you. You did.
I swear I'm good at games.
I can do it. I
Don't
can.
worry.
And Lom ends up at the 8th place. But he comes in at 0 wins, apparently. That sucks.
It's like golf. I did best. You're avoiding points.
To be fair, though, as well, statistically, you have to compete with Darin for that spot, and he had more opportunities to earn wins.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So the out of action 4 is 7, so you took out 7 in this round. But you had 29 against. That really hurt your points.
You don't say.
29 injuries, that's... or at least 29 out of action.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. And 12 woodstone gathered. Well...
In my defense, I swear, after like the first like two matches, every time there was weird stone, it was right by my opponent.
Ah, that sucks.
I know what that's like.
And I just want to quickly explain what I've done here. I've just taken the stat and the number of wins or out of actions, and what rank you had last round and what rank you have now. And then if it improved, it's green. If it's just the same, it's white. And if it is you've degraded in rank, yeah, then it's red. So you are at rank 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8.
I guess there will be a lot of red for me.
We'll see.
Mine, I'm not excited for mine either.
All right.
Some of these are going to look really ugly when we're done.
Number 7 is Darin this round. Darin actually took a win. Who was that against?
Me.
Oh!
The one guy who didn't have one.
Was that cocky? I think it was. Sorry. And last round he was number 4, ranked 4. But then we only had 6 people that time. So now he's ranked 4 again in that matter. Because we have sometimes if you have 5 wins, 2 people, then well you'll end up in the same spot. That's why that can happen.
Wait.
Yes.
He's number 4 with 1 win.
Yes.
Then
Because
does it mean we have 2 more that only have 1 win?
no, it just means that 2 or
Actually,
3 of you have the same amount of wins. That's
This is for a round, not overall. This is just wins for this round.
This is round 3.
Yeah. Not total number of points across all
Exactly.
rounds.
Yep.
This is just for this round. Okay.
So
Did you just
Darin-
confirm? Yeah, go ahead.
Darin took out 17 people, and he had 19 people taken out. So that gives him a -2 points. So he gathered 80 wordstone, puts him at a 6th place in the round 3, and the last round he had a 3rd place. 2,500 damage, which places him at a 7th place. And total points 1. He's actually in plus. I mean, for that round.
Which is pretty. I mean, I don't want to. It's good for Darin. I'm glad to see him getting some positive points.
He actually got some
He was having
positives.
a rough time the last 2 rounds.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure your math is correct?
Yes. My math is perfect. It is flawless. Don't you ever say elsewise.
Oh,
Elsewise? I don't know.
Well, you've got the control, so
Exactly. I could switch everything around if I want to. Okay. Then we have the 7th place, which is Brascus.
6, but yes.
6. Sorry. Thank you. It's because it says 7. So Brascus, you want to go over your own stats? That could be cool.
Sure. 3 wins, which makes me feel a lot better about where I wound up. Out of action 4, I took out 19, but I had some rough matches, so of course I lost 23. And the Wordstone, 64, but I will fully admit, those last couple of rounds, I just said screw it to the Wordstone. There was no point at that particular juncture. Although I'm happy to see the 3,700 damage for a whopping total of 5 points.
Yes. Which puts you at a 6th place. And last time you were 5 in the second round.
Yep.
All right, and then we have Smarttrigger coming in.
Whoa, as I said, a lot of red here. Well, I have to point out, if it says 3 wins, it should probably say 3.5.
Oh yeah, true.
Because Brascus and myself were in the odd situation that we had a draw, which was because of disconnects, and then because it was basically the game was already going there, and we both got a win. Strangely,
Yeah.
we decided to count it as a draw. Yeah, as always, my out of action numbers are high, for and against. I just like to get heads on early, and I like to dish out damage. Now with the Witch Hunters, there would be the perfect warband for me, the Flagellants, because they like to be hurt. They like to hurt. I guess that's my play style. Right, Wordstone. Well, that I think twice I got a lot of Wordstone, and twice I lost it all. So yeah, happens.
And just look at the spread from the 6th place to the 5th place. I mean, it's 64 and then 200.
Yep.
That's insane. That's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, a lot of red. I didn't perform as well as I wanted to. But hey,
And a bit
game.
of unlucky matches with disconnects, and that really breaks the game a bit.
Little bit.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think that's almost our biggest thing to contend with at this particular moment.
It really is. I kind of thought Smarttrigger would be a spot ahead of Muuk, but yeah, Muuk actually took the 4th by 1 point.
Yep.
Let me just tell you that it's only 1 point. He is also filled up with a lot of red. He took 3 wins, 14,000 for, and 16 against. He had 143 Wordstone gathered, and damages 3,277. I just want to point out that in the sheet, and I asked the guys a couple of times. I'm just going to switch to the cameras here. I asked the guys a couple of times to check the stats of the sheet, but some of the numbers are missing from there, and that could maybe change some things. I'm not sure, but there might be some points missing from somewhere.
By the way, how did you calculate the points? The same as before?
Same as before. So wins give you 3, and out of action gives you 1. So yeah.
Sorry.
I think then.
I'm pretty
Are we
sure
all
that's
laughing
right
at Chris?
there from Chris.
Flail me, daddy.
Okay.
I love it.
Are you gonna come up with some sort of excuse for being in the 5th?
No, I just think. Shouldn't I have the same amount of points as Muuk? Show me the other side again.
3. There we go.
Well, game night's off the hook because there were some numbers missing off our sheet.
No, but just look at that. We have the same amount of wins and the same difference in out of actions. So it should be the same amount of points. That's what I'm trying to say. You see, it's -2 out of action and 3 wins, and the same for Muuk.
Huh.
Yeah. Again, as I said, some points were missing from somewhere, and I can't remember exactly where or which ones.
So
A bit choppy. What's going on? Fix these cameras.
Okay.
All right,
We'll be the dog and pony show while you get things sorted out.
exactly. We're back in action. I have David. Hi, I'm here. Cool. We'll get him in.
Don't you want to wait for David before you start?
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll get him in.
Sorry if you said that. I wasn't listening.
I was.
All right,
guess
while
he
you're
just jumped on the
figuring
Skype.
out technicals, I'm gonna use the restroom.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
I came equipped with a catheter, so I'm ready for the long haul here.
All right.
Too much information.
Yeah.
I
Um,
want to hear it, Morjax.
I don't know why he's not picking up though, David. I hate them technicals.
Brits.
Technically, you're not British, so
Exactly.
you can say
We try to
that.
add him to this call we're in. I don't know if it's going to work or not.
It
Them
should.
technicals. Hello. Yeah, some people. Oh, there's David.
All right, turn on your
Hello.
camera, David.
Oh my goodness.
So for people on the stream, there's we've got to adjust
I've
all
never done my
the
hair.
locations. You've chopped David in half on the stream.
Oh,
Savage.
Calculated.
There we go.
calculated.
Well, we're not
Is it
live
working?
streaming right now because everything
Jo-
failed.
John,
Oh, there's David.
John?
So,
John, we're streaming.
game night needs to get everything set
What?
up again.
He doesn't have his
And then we'll
headphones on.
John,
Do that.
John.
Game night. When you're in between things, perhaps you can share screen in Skype.
I got new friends.
Yeah,
Yay. We
John.
need to
John,
do
put them
some
on.
lighting.
John, put them on. Dude.
Oh.
Headphones.
Well, let's find the desk lamp.
There he is.
We're live.
Hi.
The desk lamp?
I'll have to find it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what we
Lum,
did with
we're
it.
live.
Kind of what we used that for was.
Oh, sorry.
Streaming again.
Just telling you.
Wow. There was a lot more work last time.
I figured I might as well just have you guys
Well,
on
yeah,
the
it's not-
stream.
It's not perfect, but work in progress.
Yes,
Okay.
we're still getting everything back up and running for the full stream, but we'll be here to entertain all of the nice folks who are watching, so they don't have to stare at a blank offline screen.
We'll do it
Alright, guys.
live.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Always best things happen when it's live.
That's true.
Like,
This is
peop-
when the magic
people
happens,
forget.
ladies and gentlemen.
What magic are you talking about?
I can lean way down so that I'm in the screen for my
Chris.
what's currently snipped.
So you have to lean down a little bit more. There you go.
How's that?
Yeah, I'm nowhere even close.
Ah, yes.
Until it gets fixed. Oh, there we go. Oh, the share screen.
All right, and Smarttrigger is up next. Let me see. So Smarttrigger just checked the sheet. I think it was him, and he is right. The numbers are a bit off by 1 point. So
And Muuk isn't here to defend himself.
Exactly.
We're going with
Well, he doesn't need to because he's not losing a place.
no,
So,
that's
I
true.
think-
Yep, yep.
You're sharing fourth.
Sharing for
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
You do that interestingly. I do that differently.
How do you do it? This is the only way I know.
Yeah,
one of you
let's
does it from
not
there.
discuss it right now, but maybe another time.
That would be good, because this is horrible.
Yeah, I think mine is a bit faster.
What the frack, dude? Get off. There we go.
Having some technological difficulties.
That's right.
Technological. If someone would invent something to make this easier, that would be awesome.
Oh my gosh, it would be amazing.
Oh, Brascus is there. Good.
Lum is flying by just like in Pulsar. Cartwheeling through zero grav.
Oh, I want to play more of that so badly.
I know, it's fun.
I've actually watched a couple of your episodes. It seems like you guys are having a lot of fun.
And
Yes,
a lot of
it
the
is
people have
shenanigans.
I've gotten a lot more comments on that series than I have in a while.
Oh, cool.
I've even had a couple people going, "Can you upload this more often?"
Lum, you're tripping Chris Chew on the tripping him out on the chat.
Sorry about
I'm one of
that.
those people, Brascus.
He's freaking out.
More of those videos, please.
More
Yeah,
than
I feel bad with Pulsar. I haven't been putting up my videos on my end, but again, still emerging from the wedding haze and dealing with all that. It's kind of taking time to breathe.
Yeah, for those of you who are curious, Lum got married last week.
woohoo!
Congrats.
Congrats, and now Lum is
That's nice.
somehow off again. What the?
So I hope it's not a Skate or mutant.
There you go. I'm in the middle.
Why is Lum off? Lum off.
Because I'm making things worse.
I don't know.
Oh,
Skype
your
is.
screen is off.
You look like a Muppet, Lum.
He is a Muppet.
Speaking of Muppets, we walked down to that. So the groomsmen and bridesmaids, we all walked down to Rainbow Connection. Kermit was singing. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Brascus,
All right, are we in business now?
I think we are.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
Sure,
Perfectionist. Sorry. All right, here we go. Finally.
So I
can
believe we
s-
left off with ranking number 3.
Fourth.
Third.
So we have in fourth we have Muuk and Smarttrigger. I can cut this. And basically the same stats. Yeah. He gathered a little less wordstone, and did less damage. So we could say that Smarttrigger has the fourth actually.
Well,
He's
well
got,
no,
like-
it's sorted by points, and we have the same amount of points, so
Yeah.
it should be a tie.
It's a tie with Big
Smart
Mook
Trigger
at
is
the
a
bottom.
strong fourth.
Yes.
Yes, there we go.
Exactly.
The fourth is strong with me.
The fourth.
The fourth is strong with this.
Yes, the puns are real. Awesome. And then we have our dear newcomer David, and this is a bit of an odd duck because the way things worked in the round 3 was that the newcomers got 15 points, and this actually ends up giving David a lead because of the 15 points.
Thank you very much.
So
I'm happy with that.
David, if you just want to go through your stats here, you can see the wins, how many you took out of action, how many you had taken out of action and stuff.
Read them out.
Yeah.
Three wins. Out of actions, 17. What's that? Out of actions against 15. Oh, that's all right. Got more kills than I lost. That's cool. 187 wardstone. Damage 2,908, and total points of 12.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
that's actually pretty
I had
decent.
no idea where I was, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Just
Ignorance
to
is
clarify,
bliss.
David, this is for
It
the
was.
round, not for the whole season. We're getting
Yes.
to the season later, but
Yeah.
you scored 3rd in the round.
Well, yeah, I wasn't in the rest of it, so
Yeah.
for
That's
me-
true.
For me, this was the season.
It's a good start.
Yeah, not bad.
Second place is Game Night. Silence.
Hello.
Well,
What?
I'd like to thank
Speak for yourself.
everyone, the Academy. I'd like to accept second place award. You know, buddy, you tried real hard, but you only got 8th. Me, on the other hand, I'm 2nd, and it's obvious to see who's better.
I switched to the cameras. I think the guys know. Sorry.
So we can capture the monologue.
You know, there's a little villain in me. I love to monologue.
Pay no attention to that man behind the camera.
I ended up with 6 wins because at the end, Morjax just annihilated my warband. It was quite an insane match because it went so fast, and yeah, the deployment screwed with me a bit, I gotta say, for the last one. 6 wins, 25 taken out of action, 9 against. and Wordstone 294, damage 4,703, and total points 34. I had first in everything last round, but Morjax took it. He took it. Congrats, Morjax, with the round win. You deserved it, buddy.
My secret to success is regular sacrifices of fresh baked croissants and moisturizing.
Fresh baked croissant. Oh, cool. How does that even?
You gotta. It's all about nuances if you want to get first, I guess.
Right, because nothing says nuance like a giant toxic gas cloud over everyone.
Yes. So definitely, I think I don't know for certain, but I think my Globadier might have had MVP every single match. He just cranked out. The AoE was huge, and that's really what won matches for me. Is I was able to whittle down a number of people simultaneously, and actually, I think only in my last match. It might have been only the last one I had a second Globadier up against Game Night, and it was a really, really close one. So, I ended up winning all 7 of my matches, much to my disbelief.
Yeah, I think the Globadier is something of a how do I say that? Discovery for the PvP matches. I think the Globadier in PvE is. Well, apart from his healing, which is awesome, the rest is mediocre at best. But in PvP, where everything is clustered all the time, it actually stands out a lot.
Yeah.
So you have.
Yeah, so I think the rest of my stats kind of reflect that 7 wins. You know, I've got a little more than double out of action for versus against. I'd like to note that I'm not that far ahead of Smarttrigger on Wordstone. He had 200 Wordstone, so he's definitely got a nose for it.
Yeah, I also think not on damage, or if I'm not mistaken.
On damage, you were at 41.
41. Oh, 41, right. I thought it was a bit more. Yeah, but no, fine.
41, 46.
41. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what happened. I just tried my best every time.
Globe rats happened.
Threw a lot of poison.
Globe rats happened. That's for sure.
That's right.
They did change a lot.
Them with open arms.
Yeah. They do change a lot.
Make sure you thank your coach. Every time you accept awards, you have to thank the coach.
Coach Splinter, he taught me everything I know.
Yeah.
All right, and then we come to the really interesting part, the end of season total stats. I think that is one of the most important things, and it took a while because I apparently hadn't calculated that.
Do we need to check your math?
Shut up. Maybe.
Quiet, Joe.
Quiet. And coming in at 8th, we have Darin. Darin is coming in with 2 wins for the entire season, so that's three rounds, which isn't a lot, and Darin is not here to explain. So Darin went all out for the ranged, definitely, and kind of showed us all that is not viable in PvP. Just going for that.
An early rank viability.
No.
But if you were starting at a much higher rank and you had time to work on the skills and get equipped, it would have been very effective. It got significantly more difficult to take him on in later matches, but early game he just got destroyed.
And that is why he has 45 taken out, 45 warriors against him taken out. That's insane.
But the damage can't be right.
2501 is only for the round 3 damage. That's why we didn't start registering before then.
Yeah,
we didn't start measuring it till the end.
Yeah.
I think if we were to have started at rank 3, maybe, but say 4 or 5, he would have posed a lot bigger threat with those ranged. I think that's
definitely
when, at least for the mercs, when ranged really starts to come into its own.
Absolutely. My second and third matches against Darin became absolute nail biters down to the wire. if it had been later in the game when he'd been even more prepared and without struggling through various injuries and unit losses due to the first couple rounds, I don't know how those would have gone. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I mean, we can see from his out of action count, he was rolling for injuries, or at least up to roll injuries a lot.
And just I was pretty amazed that he kept going, you know, that he didn't say, oh, I'm switching my tactics and just going all out melee, because he could have done that, but he didn't. He just stuck with it. But that's
He was a trooper,
admirable.
and he actually held on surprisingly well, considering how the matches went for him, especially early on. It's hard to come back from a lot of injuries.
Okay, so then we have the 7th place in the season, which is Lum. Lum comes in with the stats from basically the last round. At -7 points. So not a good start, but hey, you kind of got into it a bit late.
Were Lum and David both given was it a 15-point lead for coming in late?
Yeah. Yep. In the season total, that is calculated, not in the not in the round stats.
Not in the round, but yes, in the whole season.
In the whole season.
Okay.
And then we have Brascus in 6th place. Brascus.
Yep. 8 wins in total, 39 out of action 4 and 46 against. I would like to point out my absolutely deplorable wordstone count.
Whoa, hey, not bad.
158, that's a little less than what Smarttrigger gathered in one round.
Yeah, my wordstone was bad.
Yeah.
Which is why by the end of it I had completely said screw it to the wordstone and just ignored it in an effort to just mostly lay waste to anyone that got in the way. But with a grand total of 17 points.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, though, that my goal going into this was to do at least as well as I did badly. And I actually did achieve that over the grand total of how many matches was it? It was, let's see, there were 6 in the last round and...
20 matches.
Was it 20? Doesn't sound right.
No, wait, no,
18?
16.
16, 17.
Whatever.
Whatever.
There's an odd number. So,
Yes,
bottom
odd
line, aside from the one odd number, I got as many wins as I did losses. So I
Exactly.
achieved my goal, even if I came in 6th, which I'm happy about. Beyond that, yeah, it could have gone better.
And I would like to just thank Chris for telling us that he really likes the new ranking boards. I've worked hard on these.
It
Put a lot of effort in.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, actually.
Thank you very much. All right, and then we have the 5th place, which is David, coming in with 15 points. 15 points added to the points total, so he's at 26 points. I'm still a bit worried that the numbers might be a bit off due to some missed registering or something, but hey, this is what we have to deal with. So pretty good all-out start for David here.
So what's that? 3 wins, out of action 17, against 15, warpstone 187, damage total 2,908, and a total of 26 points for me.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think Oops was at 15 points. Yours could be said, but I'm happy with that.
It helped.
It did help. It seems, yeah, very much so.
Coming in at 4th place, and again, Smarttrigger will probably contest something because he always does. Smarttrigger.
Yeah, well, I think I benefited a bit from my strong start at the beginning. while I fell off at the end. So yeah, it's a fourth place that I'm not too happy with. Actually, to be honest, if you would have asked me before we even started our first match, I would have said, yeah, if I'm not last, I'm actually quite happy. Now, the way it went, I'm not.
Expectations changed.
Yeah, exactly. But it's okay. I mean, the overall stats are fine. 9 wins are okay. The out of action, as you can see, 48, 46. Once again, I like to smash skulls. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that is your problem, because you just put some people in danger that you should have run away with.
Yeah, possibly.
And then they get
do
taken
some
out.
damage.
Exactly, and that's the point. Do your jobs.
Yeah.
So 408 woodstone though. That's pretty good.
408 Webstone, yeah. Yeah, well, I had a couple of good starts for that. Against Morjax once, against Lum the other time, so yeah.
Yeah, I think
Lucky
you were in round 1 or I think round 1 you got 117 in one match, which was just insane.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Very lucky. Yeah, but no, it was lucky. Just the positioning of the redstone was lucky.
True.
Was that the one that you did with me?
No, that was against Morjax. The one against you,
Okay.
I still had a lot, but not as much. I mean, we can actually check that.
Yeah, I still
It's
wake
on
up
the
with
sheet.
cold sweats about that match.
No, against you, it was 70, which is still
That's good for a PvP match.
I exacted my revenge in round 3.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean that was, I guess, one of the closest fights we ever had. But yeah.
I think so.
Well,
yeah.
Certainly the closest fight we two ever had.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah.
All right.
It was fun.
Then we have Big Muuk. And Big Muuk comes in at 3rd place with his Wild West Wanderers. He took out 9 wins, and he had out of action 4 at 38 and against 32. So there's the 4-point difference, basically. That's at least what I got calculated. So I hope that's right. He took 329 Wordstone, pretty good. And actually, Wordstone for Smarttrigger put him in at a 2nd place. I just want to point that out. So, Smarttrigger is very good at picking up green stuff. Then we have at 2nd place, Morjax.
Huzzah! I've got 11 wins there. 47 out of action, 4, 35 against. Wordstone 343, 4,600 damage, and 45 total points.
Yeah.
That's an absolutely meteoric rise. When this round started, you had 4 wins.
Yes.
You were in 7 of those wins in round 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Every match. Round 3 was very kind to Morjax.
You played well.
And I was gunning hard, you guys. I was gunning hard for game night. But as you'll see in just a moment here.
All right. And the season winner is game night with 14 wins, 52 out of action, 4 and 28 against, and 505 Wordstone gathered, 4,703 damage, and 66 points.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Great.
So I have to ask, who got less out of action for
Yeah, one
against?
of the new guys, I guess.
You were 2nd place for
David.
out of action against.
Yeah, David. David took the MVP of out of action.
Just says the stream died.
Oh,
No, not
I
for
think
me.
it's still alive. I think it's alive.
Okay.
It's
As far
live.
as I can see.
Should be alive. So yeah,
We all panic.
because of
Press buttons.
because of David's out of action against at 15, because he only had 1 round. I just want to state that he took the
There is
first
that,
place.
and I like running away, so it's
True.
like I see people coming over the hill and then I'll just turn tail and run. So,
And that, I
hiding
mean,
a bit somewhere.
you did a number on me in our fight, hiding in that building, and you really did really well. It was really sad that we had that desync.
I mean that was the thing though. The desync said one thing for you, and it said something completely else for me, and it was just crazy. I mean, I don't know where it desyncs, but I was looking at it and I was like, "Oh, I could win this. Oh, I could win this." And you're going, "What are you talking about?
I'm
Everyone's dead.
slaughtering
They're all
you.
dead,
What the?
They're dead. What are you on about? They're all alive. It's all working. What's going on?"
Yeah,
And yeah, it was just mad.
that
Totally
does
mad,
suck
and it just
a bit.
went-
All right, so
one of those classic ones where you were getting hits and it was misses, and I was getting hits and you were getting it as misses, and it just sort of, it was. I've not seen a desync like that before, so it's a bit mad.
I actually wanted to have this running in the background, in the middle there. Ta-da! So
This is where I hide somewhere.
it's just a compilation I did of our game.
I
So
will be hiding somewhere.
anyone in the audience have any questions? I think we should just grab some now after the stats. Yeah?
Sounds good to me.
So throw any questions you have about the league, about playing in PvP, about the game. Just let us have it. You have experts here, like Morjax and I don't know, Morjax.
You guys are in trouble if you're looking to me for expert opinions. Everyone's gonna come away from the stream with like a whole pile of losses under their belt.
It's like, but
Just have
Morjax
offensive
said.
opinions.
It's just all about the bad gas, really, isn't it?
It is.
As long as
Just
you got
make a
bad
whole,
gas,
just make an entire warband out of globadiers, and you'll be good. At least in PvP.
All right, so Chris has a question. So I do believe that Game Night kind of answered this almost a month ago. Oh, jeeps.
He's copying it from Notepad, so it's
Yep,
gonna
yep.
come fast and hard here.
A month
Yeah.
ago, but I'd like to know if you guys have discussed the topic some more, and in the case that you have, if you could come to a different conclusion. What is your stance on accepting new participants for the league in the upcoming new season? I think I recall in one episode of round 3, someone, I want to say Game Night, possibly Morjax, but not 100% sure, said that ideally you would have 2 of each warband. That was the plan, and we might as well take this now, should we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The season 2 will not be happening anytime soon. We have one man down, Big Muuk. He is on a different time schedule at work, and I am starting my bachelor project Tuesday. It's going to take a lot of my time, and I just need to do this so I can actually get my education, get a proper job, as my wife would say. So
We
that
had this discussion then.
yeah, and that is gonna change things for me. So the season 2 isn't gonna happen right away. I'm still thinking at some point we might do it. Yeah.
I think all of us want to do it again at some
Yes.
point, but
Yeah,
I want to try again if just to redeem myself.
and we're also, I mean, there's a few reasons. One is obviously time constraint and the issues with losing players and then needing to replace them, and that would obviously be fixed by an influx of people that want to join the league, and I think we'd all be happy to see new people want to join in. But we also are hoping that maybe given a little more time and a little more experimentation, that we can figure out how to stabilize the environment a little bit. Because those desyncs just started rising exponentially every single time. You know, we made it all the way through round 1, and I don't think we had any of them. And then round 2, we suddenly started having them crop up. There was 1 or 2, and by the end of round 3, I think we had 4 or more desyncs.
Round 3
I
was
think
awful.
I think I personally experienced at least 2, and it was rough. So
Yep.
we're hoping that given time, that will also be an alleviated issue, and then we'll be better prepared to handle season 2.
Yeah, I think Game Night and Big Muuk not being able to kind of really participate in the way they wanted was sort of the the final straw, I guess. The desyncs alone are a strong. I mean, it's really bad. You almost can't run a proper league with the desyncs the way they were, and we were, a number of us were in conversation with the developers Rogue Factor, and they said, with what we got on the plate, they were working on Witch Hunters releasing that when we were talking to them, and they said there's just no way we can fix all the problems that are causing desyncs at this time, and maybe not for a little while yet, and specifically pertaining to PvP. So obviously it's not an issue if you're playing just a local game.
Yeah, I mean, the game still works fine in single player, but you try and do the PvP and it becomes much more difficult.
One of the added things about this is the desyncs is one thing, because you could potentially avoid this by creating a save game of sort. So if you see the desync happening, well, then you can just reload that save game. That is by taking the files from that folder and just copying them over. Problem is time, again, because sometimes you don't discover this until probably an hour into a match, and that hour is you need to replay it from the beginning. So that's gonna just be a strain on everyone. That's a lot of talking for nothing.
Especially when you consider, as we've pointed out before, that we're there's a total of 8 players across 4 different time zones, and it gets a lot more difficult to deal with desyncs.
Yeah,
it's not only that, it's also at that point you already played the game, and you basically have an idea how it's going. I mean, Siege can always screw you up. It does it often enough, but still, you can't reconstruct that situation, and so it's also unfair.
Yeah, totally agree.
So, Chris, to your comment, I don't know if we're certainly not systematically opposed, I think, to having new people, but for the time being, for a number of reasons, the league will be on hiatus.
I love that word.
Game Night is so fond of.
I love it. Oh.
It's like butter poured into your ears. Hiatus.
Yeah, I can also already state that when I'm moving back to Germany next year, I think my schedule might not allow that to support it anymore. So
we'll see. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves, because things may look different for everyone in the next year or something.
Oh, well, I already know what I will do next year. It's already signed and everything, so
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
I'm kind of excited to address the next question here from, looks like Spirit Frame was asking if everyone invested time researching their opponents. I know that I did. I didn't meticulously pick apart all of the individual strategies, but I was definitely watching the rounds every single week when they released, going, okay, this guy does tend to play a little more carefully, and this player over here has this particular... Muuk is one of my favorites. I was watching him, and Muuk would use the game mechanics to his strategy, not just the actual units and how their skills function, but he would post little blurbs about what he was thinking for his viewers, and he would mention how, now I'm going to stand in this one spot, and I'm going to stand here and waste 45 seconds off the turn timer to give them the illusion that I'm out there running around somewhere else, so that hopefully they'll forget that my unit is actually standing right here outside the door, and I can ambush them when they come out. And so I kind of got a feel for each player's mindset as to how they would approach these situations. It didn't necessarily give me a game plan for them, because no plan survives first contact with the enemy, or in this case, no plan survives first contact with Mordheim's freaking trap system. But sooner or later, it does. You kind of, at least for me, I sort of involuntarily started strategizing and categorizing my opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of. In the first round, I had a bit more time, and I watched nearly all of the matches. But after the first round, you also have an idea how people play. You know that Muuk and Brascus are both very careful in their actions. Game night, not so much. Well, he learned, I guess.
We taught him the school of hard knocks.
So yeah, you kind of adapt to that. You have to, but then if the plan is go out and just smash skulls, it's always easy. So yeah, there's just one way.
Yep.
There's only one way
I
forward.
researched a lot in the first round as well, because we didn't really know each other, all of us. So so I went and watched the different videos so I could prepare, especially for Darin. I gotta say, I was very worried about all the ranged, and I had to put shields on all my sisters just to try and offset him actually shooting me, and it worked. So yeah, some of us did. I don't think everyone.
I did a little tiny bit in the first round, like you said, but honestly, I didn't really do that much, and maybe to my dismay in the first 2 rounds at least, I just kind of took whatever was immediately in front of me and ran with it. So, which is not a very good way to go. To be quite
That's
honest.
not always the best idea.
You know,
It's a Skaven way of doing it.
Oh, true.
Right? Yeah. See, I'm
Yeah.
playing in character.
You know, I wanted to do the research. I planned on researching everyone tomorrow. And it was always tomorrow because I was busy today. And so this was also my first real time using Mordheim in any kind of PvP setting. So everything that I had learned against the computer did not apply anymore. So you can tell that I should have done research.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. That's certainly. I did some research to start with, and then I thought, oh, okay, I can do this, that, and everything else. But once it comes to playing players, everything you've learned from doing PvE, you're just like, oh, okay, nothing works anymore. What the fuck? What can I do now?
It's very different.
Exactly.
It's all going wrong. I'm just going to hide in this building instead. That'd be fine.
Most notably, nobody's card is safe
Oh God, no! I
in
never
PvP
had
versus PvE.
the number of times that our idols went missing. Just, I mean, it never ever happens in PvE, so nobody bothers. And then suddenly PvP hits, and like half of your matches at least, unless you leave someone sitting on top of the icon spot. It's
Oh
gone.
yeah.
Which Mook did that versus me in the last round. He was camping it hard, but
Well,
I had
poor
poison,
Mook.
so...
Poor Muuk, he lost his idol like every freaking game for the first 2 rounds.
I stole it from him in one of our matches, and he was right next to the cart. That was really
I think
much fun.
Game 1 of round 3 was me and David, and I did the same thing to him. I skirted the building and snatched it. And...
Welcome to the league, yoink!
Yep.
Is that your idol?
Hey, that's my line. What the hell?
Yep.
I meant to
I'm
do
sorry,
that.
were
You're
you
not.
using
What's
this?
going on?
It's mine now.
I'm gonna grab that.
Oh.
All right. If there's no more questions, maybe we should do the favorite moments. I think that
Good
could
plan.
be good. Let me just.
I always like the favorite moments. I'll be honest, this is like my favorite part of the streams.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, we got another question from Spirant Fame.
Okay.
Frame. Did playing PvP make you experiment with using perception more regularly? For me, absolutely not. I think that's such a wasted blue pill.
Yep, I didn't use it either. I actually started using it more in PvE after the league. But against PvP players, it's like, no, I need those dodge points.
Right.
Yeah.
You need everything you can get.
I started using it more because I agreed to do the deadly challenge, and then the marriage thing just completely bum rushed that idea. But game night, mentioned using perception to see around, and I do like it. I love having the information. I don't know if I'd ever use it in PvP though.
think the perception is actually overlooked a bit too much. It's a powerful tool if you have the strategy points for it, or if it's free. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You've
I
got
just
that one system
I think
you
it
can
suits.
see.
I think it suits certain warbands better than others. Because it's like with Skaven, in my opinion, of course, you just want to use those blue pills to get places quick, but if you've got a slower moving warband, you know you're not going to get very far, so you might as well just use it for perception. And sisters, they even have I can't remember the character, but she can like do free perception
the augur.
tests. Augur, yeah. And I started using that in PvE, so I just run around the map and mark out where all the traps were.
Yeah.
The amusing thing was I still trod on all.
I know it's
doing that.
right
I'd be like,
there.
this is what
I'm
you
gonna
can do
jump on it.
perception.
Boots of
You
trap
can mark
finding
this
plus
one,
2.
this one, this one, this one. Boom! Oh crap! Yeah, but it's certainly.
It's like-
I found it more useful with some warbands than others, for definite.
Cool.
On to the favorite moments, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite moments. You even made a headline for it. Curtain.
All right.
Curtain 4.
Let there be curtain.
All right, and I'm gonna play my own first, just because I'm in
How
control.
dare you?
Because I did the math.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. Load up.
We'll have to.
And
we'll have
it's
to
I've
She's not
turned
sick.
off the sound. I should have, hopefully. So this is me against Darin, and I picked this moment because it really shows how important it is to manage your initiative. I'm realizing here that my sister Peggy is dropped down on the initiative ladder by about 15 points because she switched to her two-hander. And she's in trouble. She is standing there with, I think, 25, 30 hit points. And I'm going like, no, seriously? Yeah, you messed up, Darin says. No. But I couldn't have taken out his leader if I didn't switch to the two-hander. So it was really intense and kind of funny. And here we go. Sergeant Charles Edwards. Pop goes the weasel.
As
Right
we
in
all
the
wait
back.
in silence.
The anticipation.
And that was just hilarious because I was like, oh yeah, hey. And I think she lost her eye in that injury.
Leg.
Yeah. No, the leg was earlier.
Well, she's been missing her leg. for
The
ages.
leg was
Yeah.
already gone.
Good
I
old
swear
Peggy.
that was Darin. I know Darin wanted me to actually take her out. Of
No,
course,
he-
it didn't work because of the desync.
Yeah. All right. Morjax.
Chris has some harsh words
Oh.
for you here, game night in
Oh.
chat.
Oh no. What is he saying? The blind lady can do free perceptions.
Just
Nothing
Nope.
personal.
Chris
but I
says
really
nothing
wanted,
personal. Yeah.
nothing personal, but I really wanted for Peggy to die there and hopefully lose the other leg.
Then she'd go home like Peggy to the max.
Oh,
Peggy
yeah.
squared.
Chris is now my favorite person.
But Chris, I just want to point out, I lost my leader in the first round. In the first match, she died. That was horrible. I mean, or
Who
it
was
was
that
it the
against?
second? I think, I don't know.
It was the second because your first one was
Second.
against me.
Oh
and
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
true.
Kill her.
Morjax killed her. So thank you very much, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, my leaders didn't stand a chance against these guys. Morjax, you're up.
All right. I believe this one was the start of many good things for me up against Smarttrigger. So this was my first match in round 3, and I felt like I was on the back foot the entire match. This guy in the doorway, he could have stopped me. Somehow I scooched around his ambush there.
Yeah, I still don't know how you made that, but hey.
I don't know either. I
Don't
wasn't
waste.
even aware of it. So this whole match, I felt like I was on the back foot, and then all of a sudden, I took down. I think it was his Youngblood there at the start of the clip. Put some damage and some poison onto his shooter here, and then it passed turn, and I don't know what it was like. All of a sudden, like boom,
Chain.
second person down, boom, third person down, roll for route failure, like all in a row.
Wham, bam, thank you,
Um,
ma'am.
Right,
Yeah.
and like I said, honestly, the whole match, I felt like I was kind of on the back foot against Smarttrigger. You really had me kind of outpositioned, and you were up on high ground for the majority of the match. So that really surprised me, and you can hear it in the clip. You know, if you go back and watch it, that I'm speechless, and I think that perhaps you were too, Smarttrigger.
He rolled his eyes. I remember he rolled his eyes. Like,
I
what
don't
the?
actually do that a lot. So, but yeah, no, I remember that. I think there were two situations in that fight that set me up a bit. One was one of my ranged guys not attacking, and the other was this ambush not working. If one of those would have worked, but hey, it didn't, so it happens. Doesn't matter now.
And actually, as salt in the wound, unfortunately for that match, I think you needed to take down one of my heroes for your optional objective. You took them down, but then you were concerned with grabbing
don't mention
your...
it.
Never mind.
I completely messed that up. I could have gotten the optional one, but I didn't, and
Yeah. You were focused on grabbing your idol back and forgot the trinket. So.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't have made an impact on this game, but clearly on the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was fun.
We're gonna do Brascus's moment then.
Is this gonna have audio? Because it should.
We can.
You should give it audio. Because honestly, I'm gonna sort of give this a little bit of preface here. I didn't pick one because it was strategically awesome. I didn't pick one because it was overwhelmingly amazing. I picked it because it made me giggle.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. Let's roll.
Messy. Oh, good.
Chris, I'm not much of a
I gave you a
YouTuber.
special locket and everything.
Just want to point that out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where it is. Hold on a sec. It's not showing up. Hold on.
It's my gremlins. That's what it is.
Wait, it's the desyncs.
Yeah. The
Coming to
virus
call.
is expanding.
I can actually, let's just put it fit to screen. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. You know, I love these things. Position size. Reset.
Not to mention you're doing about 60 manipulations through the course of this, so...
We're doing it live.
We will make it work.
Why?
That's small.
Yeah, it looks like it's tiny selected there. Well, hello there, Lum.
Hi.
It's an eye camera.
Sorry, sometimes I get bored.
Reset center.
You know, it's always fun. John is a very calm, relaxed, not very active person. Lum, on the other hand, has no impulse control whatsoever.
I'm just gonna try and add it again here.
Okay.
20. If this was my job, I would be fired so hard.
Well, you're the boss too. That's the nice thing.
True.
This and math, both not your thing, huh?
Shut up.
Well, they fall under the whole umbrella of YouTube twitching.
There we go. I think this is the one.
Really? In the ankle?
Yep.
Back at.
You're not done looking like a hedgehog yet.
Nope, that's
Don't
not
you
it.
ignore me, you bitch.
Asshole.
Oh, that was.
My round 3 was against Muuk.
Please stand by.
Round 3? Oh, that's the compilation. Sorry, favorite. Sorry.
Left, favorite of Brascus versus Big Muuk.
There we go. That just doesn't want to play.
Oh, good.
Huh.
Oh, man,
Oh, there we go.
I gave you a special locket and everything. Oh, is he fleeing?
Yep.
Is the volume there?
Look at that. Right through the poison.
It
Make
might
sure, yeah,
be on
talk
the
to it
stream.
twice. Good job.
All right.
But I can see what you're talking about, Brascus. This is hilarious.
I'll
The bottom line that made it giggly for me was we'd been kind of making jokes about how awful the poison globadiers were. And so it got to that moment with him, and he had to make an all-alone test, which he failed, got hit in the face twice, and as he was running away, Muuk just with this dejected little voice. Yeah,
Oh, man, I
go
gave
ahead.
you a
Make sure you
special
run through
locket
both
and
gas
everything.
clouds.
Oh, is he fleeing?
Here he goes. Gets hit twice.
Look at that.
Turns
Run
around.
through the poison
got squeezed,
archer. Yeah, run through it
and
twice.
then right through the other one.
Good job.
Oh, that
Where's
might
the
be
most
my favorite
dangerous
moment of
path I
round
can take?
3.
Got it.
Yep. That and the unicorns. Every time I would use the archers and I'd shoot someone in the head, I would make a joke about how I'd turn them into a unicorn.
Not bad.
Okay, cool. That was pretty funny. David's favorite moment. Coming up.
It's a moment where one
It's yours.
crosses one's fingers.
Hopefully, there we go.
For me, it's a classic moment because, like yourself, one of your first games, you lose your leader, and I'd literally put all my first few games, all my money and all my effort into making a super awesome leader, and then he died. Thanks to Morjax. I was so depressed. I did a little monologue and everything for him. It was like, oh no. I mean, he had sidestep, he had avoid. I'd literally taken everything, sold loads of stuff, put all my money into him, trained him up. I was like, yes. No, he died.
Yeah.
So don't put your eggs in one basket. I think you told me you had something like 600 gold sunk into just the one leader.
Yeah. I'd literally all my previous games. I just put all my money into this one guy because I was like, this is going to be awesome, and then he just died.
Oh,
There he is.
there he is.
There he is.
There
He
he is.
needs a
The
hug.
poor bugger.
He's just dead. And I was so depressed. I was like, no, what am I going to do now? I've got a bunch of idiots left, and no one can do anything.
That's
My main
horrible.
man's dead.
Chris
The
does
real
have a
moral of
point.
this story is don't
And,
let
and
Morjax
I had the
use-
funeral march music going over the top of that as well, so it was great.
So
Cool.
Chris is saying, hey, in Skavendom they backstab each other as a means of saying hello. You should have expected that. It's like dogs sniffing each other's butt. It's just what Skaven do.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So,
I was hoping I was going to do the saying the hi bit, but it just wasn't.
a
The moral of
Mook's,
this story is just don't let Morjax anywhere near your leader.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
because he took
just don't play Morjax.
out
No,
a
play
couple of them.
Morjax, just make sure you stick your leader in some tower somewhere. You know,
Way in the back. Way back
maybe
there.
with some demons guarding it, you know, because they can never get into the buildings, it would seem, and you know you have to go through all of that, so that'd be fine.
All right, I'm just gonna because apparently Mook's messed up as well. So this is his. I'm not sure which it is or who it's against. So let's just take a look.
This is me.
That's against me.
Is one of your guys' names Otis?
There we go.
I think maybe I'm wrong, but
Pretty
Otis.
sure that's
Alright.
me.
Ah, that's
Okay.
against you. Yeah.
yeah, thinking on it, I know I had to replace some of them later on, which is why I thought it was me.
That went right in his face. An arrow came out.
Wait, hold on. Where the hell did he hit him?
I just shot him in the face.
Super extra slow-mo. What is
Okay.
this?
I just couldn't see where he shot from.
Oh, that is cool, the slow motion.
I like it.
Yeah, not bad.
That's a pretty good end of a favorite moment.
Yeah, I
That
like
was
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
We need a dance remix.
Cool. Splat. Okay. Wow. And that was basically the favorite moments that I got from you guys. So I can't do any more, unfortunately.
I ended up hurting too much to have any favorite moments. The moments I was most interested in were the desyncs. I really wanted to know how those were going to go out,
Yeah.
but again, that ruins everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I just sent it in too late, so
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
I don't
didn't.
know.
I didn't manage to get the
No,
time to
don't
do it.
worry, don't worry. my favorite moment would have been about one of my favorite topics, just to have a little detour in my current PvE warband that I'm playing. The enemy warbands has 7 successful route checks in a row now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
that
insane.
was also part of this one. Yeah.
Ah,
I
okay.
mean, of course, not the same enemy. That wouldn't work, but adding them up one after the other. It's 7 at the moment, so yeah.
Cool. I like Brascus's beard. Delta Banana says. Brascus's beard is epic. It is.
It really is.
Really
I get
awesome.
that a lot.
We like it. We love it.
He put braids in it for my wedding. I was super happy.
Yep.
Nice.
I was requested to go full dwarven, so I had 3 of them, one on each side, one in the middle.
There you
So
go.
basically, that was the stream content that I had planned for us, and unfortunately, there's gonna be no next season, as we talked about a bit earlier, and
Well, there'll be a next season, just not right away.
just not right
It's not
away.
planned, yeah. We don't have immediate plans for
No.
it. We'll discuss it in the future when we are in a better situation to address it.
And I just want to
Yeah.
say we're still gonna do some skirmishes against each other at certain times, and we are still connected on Twitter and Steam and all this. So we'll
Yep.
stay in touch, all of us.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
will personally say right now, I do not want to lose contact with any of the players here. I've been having a
Oh,
blast
no.
playing
Yeah.
Rocket League
Same.
and Pulsar and whatever else I can get my hands on with all these guys. So by all means, hit me up.
Yeah.
By
the
the way,
best
you
part of the
think
league is
guys-
we're all connected now, and
Yeah.
that was the idea.
Oh, and I did also want to say a huge thank you to Game Night for arranging these end of
You're here.
round live streams.
Yep.
These have been phenomenally
Yes.
done. And
Cool.
also a tremendously big thank you to Morjax, who is the driving
Oh,
force
thank you.
behind getting this whole thing running.
Yep.
So he's the one who reached out and got a hold of us all, and it's been great.
It
sure.
I
has
agree to that.
Legendary effort, chaps.
legendary.
You know, now
Indeed.
that we've mentioned Rocket League and seen how bad my performance with Mordheim is, I want to put up some of our Rocket League matches. You think I'm bad here?
Are you just as
Thank you
bad
for
as
flying,
Morjax?
Lum Airlines. That's all I'll say.
Honest Lum's discount airfare.
I watched your Brascus and Lum's that what is it called? The one where you run around and try and catch
Oh,
each other.
The thank you, or sir, you're being hunted.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, where you lay down. You have to start the generators thingies, magics. I
Oh,
don't
Dead
know.
by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Oh
Yeah,
Ah, right.
That was a lot of
Totally
fun
more of
to
that.
watch those videos.
Yeah, we like doing those. Those are fun.
those are so much fun.
Are you screaming like a little child?
I sure as hell am.
Yeah.
Brascus normally is, yeah.
Yeah,
It seems.
Oh yeah.
And part of the time we can get my cousin involved, and he is great for that. He
He
panics
tends
so
to,
wonderfully.
Yes, yes, he does.
All right.
Cool.
And for those that joined in later in the stream, we mentioned it earlier on. There's actually a mobile version of Mordheim mimicking the tabletop more than the PC game that is in development by Legendary Games. And if you'd like to be in the basically development, it's in version 0.1.0. You can go to Legendary Games and check that out. I'm sure that we'll be talking about it, maybe covering it. We're not clear to post footage or images yet, but I'm sure that at least some of us will be scoping that out as we are given permission to do so. So stay tuned.
yeah.
More Mordheim.
The community manager is working on getting us access or getting us permission to post
Getting the
some
blessing.
gameplay videos of it. And as soon as we get the go ahead, I think we are probably all of us ready to release something. It's gonna be awesome. It is actually pretty good already. I feel.
Competition is already fierce.
Oh,
as hell,
yeah.
just because the way it turns out is when you make your warband, it sort of goes into a database, and so when you next play, you'll play against one of those warbands in that database. So Morjax's warbands have been popping up against game nights and so on and so forth. And so we're already like shooting each other Twitter messages going, "Ha! Killed your leader!"
Right. And it's not reflected on the other end right now.
Yeah,
Although
right now.
I mean, who can say how it goes? But basically, like if game night sees my warband, my guys would be controlled by the AI. So it's fun so far. So that will definitely be coming down the pipes, I think.
Yesterday, I faced one of these warbands. I was thinking that would have been awesome to do for Mordheim City of the Damned. So the database of the different warbands with the different ratings, and it would pick one that fitted your rating. That would be the perfect solution. And you would get that feel of meeting a warband that wasn't generated from some random skills, or you actually would meet up against someone that had
It would still be controlled by the AI.
pretty
but the
good
warband
builds,
would be handpicked
exactly.
and tailored by a player.
And
Not like
then you have the killer cart. The killer cart is probably the most dangerous enemy in Mordheim PT. Just saying.
Present day.
PTSD.
Yeah. Plus, you wouldn't have those stupid AI built warbands that we have currently, because let's give them, I don't know, let's split my melee and ballistic skill equally. Yeah, that makes total sense. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or why is half of the enemy warband missing an arm? What?
Hey, that's random though. That's totally random.
Oh, they didn't choose to have an arm missing? Not good to know.
Oh, cut this off. Actually, I just want to say on my possessed, if I could pick a possessed on my cultist warband and cut off his arm, I would in a jiffy, because he just turns insane if you do that.
Tzeentch demands sacrifices.
Yeah.
I'm speaking as the Chaos player whose leader lost their arm. No.
Well, it doesn't help them.
It's not a joke, guys. It's serious business.
Don't
Use
joke
the
about
splash
it.
screen from his instant detonation on one of my game night thumbnails. He just turned into a red smear all over the screen.
I love that thumbnail. Oh, I love it to bits.
That was so bad. Just, I mean, if you go back and look at it, it looks like a red thing with some lightning bolts in it, just all over the screen. It's like you microwaved him in.
And it just took us both by surprise. We were like, what? 9, exactly.
It was bad.
So good. And I don't know if you all know that Tornis, a streamer on Twitch, actually took up my deadly challenge, and he has like 250 viewers every time he streams for 8 hours straight or something. So Mordheim is getting a pretty good boost from his videos, and he's loving the game. He thought it was a bit easy because he's one of these guys that breaks games, and then someone linked my deadly challenge, and now he's challenged. I just enjoy watching that, seeing the deadly challenge being taken on. It's quite fun. I'm still hoping that Smarttrigger, David Morjax, Brascus is going to take it on and show some videos.
I want to. I still have plans to do it. I just have to find the time.
Yeah, I started twice, and I didn't have the time to continue.
Yeah.
I already know when I want to do that, but
Cool.
that will be like 3-4 months in the future. So.
I'm probably going to try and finish the Skaven campaign, and then I'll replace the campaign with the Deadly Challenge stuff.
Nice.
And I'm getting close. I've only got 2 campaign missions left.
But they
As for
are
me,
getting
I'm a damn
rough.
coward, so no guarantees.
All right, everyone, peer pressure. Hurt him.
Chris, if you take up the Deadly Challenge and put it on your channel, that would be awesome, mate. Just freaking awesome. It is. I think it is one of the best ways of of learning how to navigate Mordheim a bit better. If you're lacking some skills or just want to try out the worst parts of Mordheim, then do the Deadly Challenge. It'll challenge you. Let me say that.
Fast, jump in head first and damn the consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into
But
an
it
empty pool.
punishes
Jump in
you
head first.
for the
It-
smallest mistake.
Exactly, and it will enhance your gameplay afterwards, and you'll take on brutals and just laugh at them, basically.
Well, brutals aren't that difficult, are they?
Nah.
Not anymore.
No, well, I guess it took us all a long time to get there. If I recall my first games, which are now nearly 1 year ago, I started playing that. Wow, that was so bad. So yeah, we all learn. So, yeah.
Exactly. Hopefully get better. Cool. All right. I think maybe this is a good time to end the stream and say
So
good night to all.
Thanks for joining along, everyone.
It has been wonderful. I mean, it's a long time we've been spending on the YouTube League, and it has been absolutely awesome for me. I feel it's been great just playing you guys and learning about PvP.
agreed. And
Yeah.
thank you to all of our viewers for the fantastic support.
Definitely.
Yeah. And thanks to all of you guys for being there.
Aw.
And thanks to everyone for having David and myself in so late into the game.
Yeah, totally.
I appreciate the opportunity.
I don't know about David though.
Me too.
I don't know about that guy.
Well, I appreciated it up to the point that my superhero got killed, and then I just tried it.
It's like, no.
Morjax
Right,
ruins everything.
I said straight away, I've never played PvP before. Be nice. Dead hero.
And then it went, really?
Yeah.
Fresh meat.
Meat.
The true deadly challenge lies in PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
a different game.
Take care. Bye,
everyone.
stream. Bye.